Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik from Figured Out Productions. The following video is a video of some kind, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and today we're going to be talking about a brand new Sega Dreamcast game. This one is called Supercharged Robot Vulkaiser. Rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it? Before we do that though, if you guys could do me a favor, please like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you haven't done that, and go into the description, follow me on all the social media stuff, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, all that sort of stuff. And if possible, please check out my brand new channel called Flying and Eating, which is all about adventures around the world, flying and eating stuff. So you can see the world without having to pay anything to do it. Appreciate the support. Now, this, like I said, new Sega Dreamcast game, my favorite game console of all time. For those who do not know, the Sega Dreamcast does actually still get new games every once in a while, but they're not from Sega or other major developers and publishers. And lately it's been out of control, if I'm honest. Like, there's a lot of new Dreamcast games coming out, so I'm actually very happy about that. It means a lot to me because I love the Dreamcast so much. But the guy who's the most prominent about doing that is clearly JoshProd. That's a publisher studio, mostly run by a guy named Phil. And he just kind of pumps games out based on different motives. Like, every single indie game that comes out has some sort of reason behind it, and I've talked about this extensively in the past, but basically it boils down to, like, it was either we could easily do a conversion or we have a passion for that console or whatever. In his case, it's usually just like, I like that game. I'm going to buy the rights to that game and I'm going to have it ported to the Dreamcast because I'm just going to do it. And I respect that because that is awesome. That's my type of crazy. I love it. So this particular game is available now if you want to get it over at Video Games New York, if you're in North America. If you're in Europe, you can actually get this as well. There's a European version sold through Pixel Heart. I'll put a link to both in the description. The game is completely region free, just like all the indie games. So it really just is like, hey, which one do you like the look of better? It doesn't really matter which one you get. But, you know, either way, the links will be there. So, yeah, I asked Phil, like, hey, what's the deal? Like, you know, how come this game's out? Like, what'd you do? And Phil doesn't really tell you a lot about stuff like that unless there is some really good story, because usually it's just like, I just did it. And that's exactly what happened in this case. This comes from Astroport. They're a developer who's made a lot of games over the years. I guess he played this game, thought it would be good, went to Astroport. He's like, I want to license it. I want it on the Dreamcast. And they were like, cool. They cut a deal, then they converted it from the PC to the Dreamcast. That's it. That's its whole story. There's no great, like, crazy thing that happened. He was like, yep, I want to do that. And that's why I said I respect him, because that's ballsy, and I like it. But anyway, so yeah, the game itself, we came with a description from Video Games New York, so I'm going to go ahead and read it to you. Go Vulkaiser! Supercharged Robot Vulkaiser is a 70s giant robot anime-inspired side-scrolling shooter from the creators of Sega Dreamcast and Gigantic Army. Features 6 stages of 70s giant robot anime-inspired side-scrolling metal fusion shooting game. It's a shoot 'em up. Combined with Vol Fighter, craft and harness the power of Rocket Kaiser, Needle Kaiser, Thunder Kaiser, and Drill Kaiser. 4 difficulty levels to cater to Earth Defense newbies and veteran heroes. Supports HDMI and VGA, region free. Which, yeah, that part I figured, as it always is. But, yeah, the game itself, you look at it, the cover art's pretty neat. You can open it up, and inside you'll see, like, the legit disc. If you're not aware, this is the first time you've ever seen one of these, the discs that the independent game companies produce are not CDRs, at least not from, like, companies like JoshProd. Like, these are made in a factory. They're pressed discs. They're very nice. And underneath that, you get more artwork there. Actually, that's cool. They didn't recycle the artwork. A lot of the time, they just kind of, wow, there's a lot of different artwork here. Usually, it's like 1 or 2 images. They just kind of cycle around. This one's like got 4 distinct images. One on the cover, one there on the insert, one on the Japanese side of the manual. Actually, there's different ones on the back and on the disc, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, the manual, the JoshProd releases typically. The North American version is also the Japanese version, and as I said, that doesn't really mean anything. It's purely cosmetic, but in this case, what it actually means is, oh, there's your American artwork. I want the Japanese version. I'll just flip it over, and there you go. That's the only difference. It has nothing to do with the content of the disc or region coding or anything like that. But if you open it up, you'll see ads to other games I've done videos on, Wolf Flame, Sega Dreamcast Next. You see controls, you see credits, you see a little more artwork, and then you eventually just see the credits again in another language, and then you see other ads for games like Ducks and Ghostblade, which I did videos on years ago. I've been covering Dreamcast indie stuff for a very long time. But that's pretty much it. It's a shoot 'em up, guys, and it looks like a cool one. It's kind of funny because it used to be like the joke with Dreamcast stuff was that's all you ever got was shoot 'em ups, and then that became so oversaturated that they just stopped doing them altogether and started doing like every other genre to the point where it's come full circle now, where it's like, where are my shoot 'em ups at, yo? And it's like, do you even Dreamcast, bro? Where's my shoot 'em ups? So finally, we have some more. So thank you very much to JoshProd.
Okay, I had an absolute blast with this. This is a shooter that is crazy. I mean, just look at what you're seeing here. It only gets more and more insane. And then you'll have these like random like transformable upgrades as it goes. It is bonkers. Like, here we go. So you just pick one and boom. Like, come on. That's... wow. No, this was a blast. I had a wonderful time playing this. This was a hell of a lot of fun. The game supports both English and Japanese. It will ask you at the beginning, you know, which language you want. Naturally, I picked English. It also has a lot of cutscenes and stuff. I cut all that sort of stuff out, as well as load screens, as one would expect, just so I could give you guys a sample of what the actual gameplay looks like. But look at it, it's absolutely bananas, like what's going on the screen. And yeah, it's just, I had a really good time. I have not had this good of a time with a shoot 'em up in quite a while. I don't know why. I just thought this was a hoot, for lack of a better word. But yeah, I'll let you guys go ahead and enjoy some of the music and the gameplay and all that. Oh, I should probably mention that this is being recorded via the Dreamcast DC Digital, so this has got the native HDMI out on it. But like all the indie releases, as mentioned before, it supports the VGA modes, and I always appreciate that because that just looks so much better than using it through like composite or something like that. But yeah, I'll catch up with you guys at the end. Just enjoy some of the music. See, look at this guy. I mean, I love the artwork on this. Like this crazy like drill situation going on. It's just so cool and nuts to me. I love it. But anyway, huge shout out to Video Games New York for hooking me up with this. I'll put a link to them in the description so you can pick this up, or the Pixel Heart edition if you're in Europe. If you prefer that, that'll be there as well. Thank you guys very much for watching. As always, I'll put links in the description to all the social media stuff. If you hit me up on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, all that sort of stuff, I appreciate it. And check out the new Flying and Eating channel. I appreciate that too. So thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you all later.